The exponential increase in deep focus earthquakes and volcanic eruptions indicates unusual magmatic activity within our planet. Volcanologists are also observing anomalies in the composition of lava ejected by volcanoes. This composition is atypical and characteristic of magma from deep mantle layers. It is hotter and more fluid, which accelerates its ascent. The rapid rise of magma from great depths indicates the emergence of dangerous and previously unobserved processes inside the Earth. This means that a huge amount of energy is beginning to accumulate in the planet's interior, seeking to escape. Supervolcanoes that have been dormant for thousands of years are starting to awaken. Given the dynamics of these changes, there is a possibility that the explosion of one supervolcano could trigger a chain reaction of volcanic eruptions, leading to a global catastrophe. Can we influence these processes and mitigate their destructive consequences? Yes, if we understand the physics of the process. A volcanic eruption occurs due to the rise of magma from the magma chamber and the increase in pressure within the volcanic conduit. The behavior of molten magma in the magma chamber is similar to that of yeast dough. The magma expands, occupying all available space, and rises from the depths of the earth through cracks, trying to escape. Just as dough lifts the lid of a pot and overflows, magma breaks through the Earth's crust at its weakest points and erupts to the surface. This is what we call a volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruptions occur due to the degassing of magma. The process of degassing is familiar to everyone. When you carefully open a bottle of a carbonated drink, there's a pop, and a bit of smoke and sometimes foam comes out as the gas escapes from the drink. This is degassing. If you shake or heat the bottle before opening it, a powerful stream will burst out, and you can't stop the process. If the bottle isn't tightly closed, this stream can blow the cap off by itself. Magma in the magma chamber is under pressure, much like carbonated drinks in a closed bottle. Where the Earth's crust is loosely sealed, magma can erupt from the depths, blowing out the cork of the volcano. The stronger the cork, the more powerful the volcanic eruption will be. Therefore, scientists are seriously concerned about the activation of ancient calderas because they pose a serious threat to human life. They are also concerned about finding ways to prevent volcanic eruptions. Mukherjee, Oleg Albertovich, and his colleagues propose managing pressure in secondary magma sources under volcanoes that exhibit solfataric activity, emitting hot gases and steam. They propose this approach to prevent volcanic eruptions and utilize magma as a building material. It is suggested to drill inclined channels into a secondary magma source and use certain manipulations to divert the magma. As a result, the magma pressure should decrease, preventing an eruption. However, this mechanism will not work with supervolcanoes. In the case of a regular volcano eruption, only a portion of the accumulated magma is expelled. The remaining magma undergoes a natural compensation process through a series of stabilizing earthquakes of varying magnitudes, which then helps to prevent further magma from escaping. Unlike regular volcanoes, in the event of a powerful supervolcano eruption, the Earth's crust cannot contain it through the movement of tectonic plates. Instead, the tectonic plate undergoes destruction due to the melting process, allowing magma to flow under immense pressure directly from the magma chamber. If a supervolcano caldera erupts, it will result in a massive release of magma, energy, and everything else, causing a sharp drop in pressure inside our planet. This will trigger a phenomenon where all the magma inside will boil. Its temperature and volume will instantly increase several times, similar to what happens if you open the lid of a pressure cooker without first releasing the pressure. Since the calderas of supervolcanoes are interconnected by magma flows that are under immense pressure, other volcanoes will also erupt like corks from bottles. These magma flows are constantly circulating, forming magma rivers, which are the source of the pressure. Pressure builds up in the chamber, formed under any caldera directly connected to this river. This magma river washes the plates, constantly eroding them from below more and more, and eroding passages for itself upwards. When magma from the chamber beneath the supervolcano rises and burns through the lithosphere, it is a sign of an imminent eruption. Unlike a regular volcano, the magma chamber of a supervolcano is enormous. Therefore, a different approach is needed here. Which one exactly? To prevent an eruption and a major catastrophe, it is necessary to relieve the excess pressure, that is, to dégâts. This can be achieved by making a hole and releasing the excess pressure. If this is done in the same caldera, its stability will be disrupted, thus activating it. However, since all calderas are connected by magma rivers, drilling should be done elsewhere. This location can be easily determined using satellite systems and thermal imaging to study our planet. Having found the most suitable place, it is necessary to smoothly dump excess gas by drilling. At the same time, we will need to release a lot of lava in that place. However, as a result, we will avoid an explosion, both at the drilling site and in the caldera itself. This must be a carefully controlled process. With such planned unloading, the bubbles that form in front of the supervolcanoes are released. This means that the pressure drops not only in this magma chamber, but also in the one connected to it through magma rivers. The cooled magma forms very dense and strong surface compounds. Thanks to these, the volcano will not erupt for the next millennia.